I became a skier in my mid-40s when my youngest son wanted to be part of a ski program, and if I went as a chaperone on the bus with 20, 30 screaming children, I could ski free. I decided I was going to ski as much as I could ski. I retired from nursing. I was a school nurse. And at age 55, I then skied many times a year, got season passes each year. And by the time I was hurt, which was at age 64, I was skiing 3 to 4 times a week. Summer months, I did everything else. I biked, I kayaked, I hiked in the spring and fall. I did everything I could do outdoors. Unfortunately, on March 28th of 2011, I had a terrible fall. I was carted down the mountain and then airlifted to Dartmouth-Hitchcock Medical because I'd had a concussion and many broken bones, and they thought a punctured lung. I was a mess. My major injury was that I fractured T11 in my vertebrae and also had a fracture in the lumbar area, which was not as significant. But the T11 fracture, they considered a complete spinal cord injury. I had no sensation from about my waist down. But that was the major life-changing incident for me, was having that fracture. They did 4 different surgeries on my body to try and put me back together, and I survived it all, probably because I was in excellent health and had been active all my life. I was then transferred to Spaulding Hospital in Boston, one of the best rehab hospitals in the world. But I was determined to recover as much as I could recover. So all of us hoped, and I certainly expected, I would walk again. I had been a very strong person, and I couldn't do much at all. I didn't want to talk about being paralyzed. I couldn't even say I was paraplegic for probably 5 months. I didn't want to say those words. But the reason it was rough on me is that it was coming back to the home I loved, and immediately I'm seeing everything I can't do. I can tell you nothing is easy. There's nothing in my life that is easy at this point, except eating, which I don't want to do a lot of because I'll get too heavy and I don't want to have to lift this body. One of the things that is required in Massachusetts is 2 egresses that you can have for a person in a wheelchair. A friend of ours suggested a lift, and the cost was phenomenal. We found out about the Travis Roy Foundation through Spaulding, and we were encouraged to apply if there was something we needed. The lift makes all the difference in the world for me to be able to get outdoors. My hope was that in time, with stronger shoulders, I'd be able to freewheel all around the yard, and I can. It's really nice. Eventually I'll be able to wheel into my woods, which is where I want to be. That's where my heart is. That's where I've always spent my time, is in the woods. Ticks and all. I could not have gotten through this whole ordeal without my family and without the incredible support of friends and without the incredible support of people I didn't even know. The Travis Roy Foundation did indeed help fund our lift, and I am eternally grateful, as is my husband.